Hey Spuddies, PotatoMcWhiskey here, and welcome back to Let's Play Civilization 6 as Russia, where things are going really well. Wait, how did I mess this up? Oh my god, I completely torpedoed my national park here. How did I make this mistake? Listen, sometimes you're a little bit tired, you're not paying attention, and you just misplace your national park, but that's okay. But yeah, the goal here is to just be happy. We have finished off the Grand Colombians. Caracas is about to flip independent, so we'll capture it and liberate it. We'll refuse it, capture it and liberate it. I think that's the order of operations that we're going to be going for there. And I do like that there is a couple extra national parks that can go down in here. If I have a look at this guy, yeah, we've got great national park potential going on. So that'll be fantastic. We'll have plenty of things to spend our faith on. Now, the thing that we do have, though, is rock bands. And it might be worth it, because if you consider like how expensive... Oh my god, I can't believe I could buy so much. Like a rock band is 500 faith versus a naturalist is like a 2,000. So it could be worth my while to start buying rock bands to send towards, I think it's Australia. No, it's Lady Six Guy. So yeah, she is by far and away the top culture here. So I think if I sent her like 4 or 5 rock bands, that might actually work really well in my favor. So I'm going to buy a few of them. I'm going to buy a few, and I'm going to continue to develop my economy and try to pick up extra little chunks of culture wherever I can. And things like neighborhoods, those are good options for culture, so I will be throwing them down. Although I do want to think about Mary Leakey, the great scientist. If I can get my hands on Mary Leakey, it could be quite handy. So maybe throwing down a little university and doing some campus research grants just to get a little bit of extra great people points. Maybe we could secure Mary Leakey. That would give my archaeological museums a lot of extra yields. Another thing I need to do is to come in here and see if I can purchase some more great works. Like there's sculptures here I could buy. More importantly, I'm interested if anyone has any relics or any music or any writing. Like I should definitely be buying all the great works of writing that I can. Artifacts and religious stuff I'm not too enamored with. I could buy them. Like if we go to works of art, I have 2 open museums, so I may as well buy any religious great works that I can. There they all are. Okay, great. We spent a lot of money on that one. And then I may as well grab any like portraits or landscapes and stuff like that and have a little look around. Like let's pop on theming. Here we go. We can theme this museum. If we do this, boom, themed museum. And then we can theme this museum as well. So there we go. These ones might be a little bit harder to theme, but I think it can be done. So 2 themed museums seems like a pretty good move right there. We have Cristo Redentor and the Eiffel Tower only a few turns away, which will massively boost my tourism per turn. Now, I really want a lot of gold, so trading with Nan Madol seems like it would be really, really quite nice. That golden culture looks quite valuable. And I have a lot of great artists that I just can't make use of. But honestly, I think it's better for me to buy other people's great works than it would be for me to make my own. More national parks going down, lovely. My tourism per turn is very, very respectable at this point in the game. And I'm curious, it's hard to know if this is the best path forward for the victory. Maybe it would be rock bands. Glam rock is like the best promotion, so I'm going to go ahead and take glam rock. And I'm going to try and buy a rock band every single turn. Oh, I misclicked. Damn it. Whoops. I was on autopilot. I misclicked keeping the city. Hold on, I need to reload this turn. It's one of the few things I'll allow myself a reload for is if I misclick. If I take an action other than the intended action. The problem is I have a lot of muscle memory built into the game from how I used to play. And I'm kind of in the process of relearning how to play and play in a much more high-speed, high-tempo way rather than grinding my way through games. Because that's kind of how I've won the majority of my games. I've kind of grinded my way through them. Whereas now I want to play a little bit more carefully. So I'm actually going to refuse the city. It'll become independent. And now... theoretically, when I advance inside the borders, we should, emphasis on should be able to make an interesting difference here. I will take John Jacob Astor, another great merchant. Wouldn't mind Mary Catherine Goddard, right? So he'll give me 500 gold and 2 envoys. Is there any suzerainties I really want? It'd be good to have Ayutthaya. That's just like an extra little bit of extra culture. Don't care too much. Well, Brussels isn't bad, but I won't be able to get suzerainty. Be good to put a point into Venice. That's like plus 2 gold per city. Not bad. The city of Arkhangelsk. Maybe I should build a neighborhood. Yeah, I'm going to build a neighborhood. This way I can build a shopping mall and get a little bit of extra tourism. That makes total sense to me. That just seems logical. And then we'll send you off to go grab these great works. Keep getting our Gurdwaras. I could faith buy the Gurdwaras, but I think there's better things to spend my faith on. We'll also get our universities. Jump in the water with a rock band. take Glam Rock because +2 levels is super powerful. I need to go down and show people the numbers on rock bands, because I think there's a lot of like, it's one of those things that I just never got around to doing, is like talking about how does the numbers for rock bands actually work, and what does it mean when a rock band succeeds, or what is the percentage chance of a rock band succeeding, how do they level up, and what are the effect of their things. So I think that would be something I should definitely get around to doing, is really doing a deep dive and explaining how they work. So there we go. We have cultural heritage. We're slowly working our way up the tree. Now, the one big problem I have with the rock band end of things is I actually don't have that much water mobility. Let me have a look. What am I researching? If I get square rigging, that's +1 movement for embarked units. And then there's another embarked unit point here. It's steam power. I forget what I was rushing towards. It was probably computers, right? Yeah. But I can make time to go for square rigging and steam power a little bit sooner than I otherwise would, just so I can move rock bands across the ocean a bit quicker. Right, we have our Ferris wheel. We'll also get the aquarium. That's extra amenities. Not so much the amenities that are important. We'll also get our neighborhood. Yep, we're finishing Lavras. I think it would be cool if there was maybe some kind of great person or a belief that gave holy sites themselves just like a little bit of tourism. That definitely feels like a little bit of a gap in the game. 2 oil required. I have no oil. Right, so I'll have to move you out this way. So my goal here is to liberate Grand Columbia in order to generate an extra little tiny bit of tourism per turn. So it'll be a bit of work, blowing up this city, but it should get done fairly quickly. We have 3 bombards working away, 3 bombard cores, in fact. Watermill. Now, this city has really bad production. I think what I should do here is buy a builder. It's only a 3 charger, but it should allow me to boost the city's production to a reasonable level. Right, rock bands are in the water. You go ahead and get another level up. Wonder tiles, this is another good one. Generally, I take beliefs. The first belief you want to take is one that gives them a level. Space rock is also okay, because it has 1 more level of experience. Generally speaking, the higher level your rock band is, the more successful they will be. So getting rock band levels is quite important. So how many rock bands do I want to send towards Lady Six Sky? She's getting a tourist or 2 per turn, so I'm going to have to send them a lot. Yeah, I'm going to have to send quite a bit. This might not be a game where I finish in a reasonable amount of time. The appeal around here is really poorly, so I might just throw down a bunch of lumber mills to help out these cities rather than do something else. Right, there's Cristo Redditor. The tourism output from relics and holy cities is not diminished by other civilizations who have researched the Enlightenment civic, and 100% tourism from seaside resorts across their civilization. So that's really, really quite powerful. Basically, what that means is, we'll talk a little bit of cultural heritage here in a second, but what that means is there is a civic in the civic tree, all the way back in the Renaissance era, I believe. Here it is, the Enlightenment. When you research this, religious tourism gets halved. And additionally, if somebody is a different religion from you, you also get religious tourism halved. You can see here, religious tourism reduced by 50% for having a different religion, which perhaps, right, I need to do some inquisitioning here. Let me see, where can I get my nearest inquisitions? Did I never do an inquisition? Right, let's get an apostle, do an inquisition, and let's get rid of this religion, and then maybe we can spread our faith to India. I think that would be a good plan, to get our religion spread to a couple of these guys. So basically, if people have a different religion to you, you will get a 50% penalty towards religious tourism. Now, religious tourism is a very specific kind of tourism. I believe it applies to things like if I go into the tourism map mode and I find my capital city, St. Petersburg, it will apply to the capital city holy site. This counts as a whole religious tourism source, as do relics, and there's a few other ones. I don't think religious works of art don't count, I don't believe, but there's a few things like that. So if we're looking at the city of Olonets, I forgot to build a great lighthouse. This is like completely slipped my mind. There's no super cheap wonders in here. We could go for the neighborhood for the extra tiny little bit of stuff. It's a pretty hefty production investment for 4 tourism per turn. Whereas on the other hand, I could go ahead and put this city on faith focus, bring it up to 42 faith, and run holy site prayers, which would get me a lot of extra faith. And I think that is exactly what we're going to do. We're going to do holy site prayers, focus on faith production, and really just crank out as much faith as possible. Let's unlock these tiles, and we'll focus on food and production as well. Maybe not so much food. We just want the city to not starve. So we want to focus on faith and production because we're converting production into faith. And we want to find the highest food tiles in the city to lock in. And there we go. Now the city shouldn't starve. Oh, Petra is still available. That's actually a very cost-effective wonder for generating tourism. So I'll quickly place that and finish it. It's relatively cheap for the amount of tourism it'll provide. Let's go ahead and get our... Well, we want to keep getting our faith up. Faith is everything right now for me. We're up to nearly 800 culture per turn. I don't think we really have much of a way to increase that a lot more. I suppose when I can get access to things like international space technology and collective activism, we might be able to make a change there. More great writers and another great artist. We're really burning through those. We just don't have the room for the works. More commercial hub investments have been finished in Nizhny Novgorod. And I can't help but feel that I should continue to finish more of these. Although then again, if we look at this city, there is potential for other things. Like I could run holy side prayers again. I could build an aqueduct. That'd be 4 tourism per turn. Let's think about this, right? A single holy side prayer will generate me an extra 15% of this production cost. So call 250, 15% of 250, that's about 45 extra faith. 45 extra faith would get me a tiny piece of a naturalist. Do you know what? I actually think building neighborhoods is cost effective here in this particular situation. In order to get shopping malls, I think it's cost effective. But I just believe it or not, I think it actually is. Right, brilliant. We have more embarkation speed, which I'm quite happy about. So I'm thinking of sending 5 rock bands to Lady Six Sky to try and bring down her tourism number, and then maybe another 3 or 4 towards India, and then the rest going back into national parks. So we'll see how that all works out for me. I'm going to slowly chip it away at Caracas, or however it's pronounced. I keep getting it wrong. Right, gold. Yeah, Nan Madal, look at that gold. Look at that. That's disgusting. So you go ahead and launch an Inquisition. There you go. Happy days. Another +1 era score. And we will make just like a few Inquisitors, I reckon. I spent my faith. That's right. Mass production. So we have access to shipyards now, which could change the game in some of these coastal cities. It probably won't change too much, though. Let's see. National parks, natural wonder tourism. No, I think we'll go for... Religious rock is kind of fun. Let's play with religious rock. And I like the idea of Silver Soul being a religious rock band. Let's buy that shipyard. That's worth 3 production. Not bad. What have we got in here? More theatre squares is honestly super good for me. I'm kind of out of room for great work, so the more theatre squares I can get my hands on, the better. Right, Inquisitor in. And Inquisitors should have a pretty good chance of converting these cities on their first try. So I'll just get 2 more Inquisitors, and that should be enough to convert the majority of these cities to me and prevent Confucianism from continuing to spread. It's kind of annoying me that it is spreading at all, to be honest. Ferris wheel completed. I could build an aquarium. This doesn't really increase my tourism, so I'll go ahead and get a neighborhood. What's the flooding look like? Yeah, there's not much CO2 going into the atmosphere. It's not that kind of a game. Speaking of which, I don't think Tambov has made a neighborhood, so I'll pop one down over here. Although arguably that's like less tourism. And I should move Reina to Tambov because it's just a better city for it, appeal-wise and tourism-wise. Okay, we've got suzerainty of 3 of these. I'd like to take control of Bandar Brunei, and I will. And if I also take control of Mogadishu, that would be 15% gold across my entire empire, which should jump me up. Yeah, about an extra 100 gold per turn from that. Not bad. I am spending quite a bit of gold on maintenance and deals. So that's something you always have to be considering. Right, Caracas is ready to fall. There we go. Oh, that was a very big misclick. Let's go ahead and kill. So we're going to liberate Gran Colombia. He's rebellion in 5 turns, but I refuse the city. Does that not mean he's alive? Have I miscalculated on how that works? Regardless, for 5 turns we can generate tourism against him, which is like a 17% increase in our tourism or whatever it is. And also people will like me more for liberating him. At least that's the hope. Now, Simon, how would you like an embassy? How would you like open borders? How would you like a friendship? Damn it. Okay, he's not in. Australia is denouncing me. Is it because I have... Well, there's the Eiffel Tower. That should be a huge boost to our tourism. +2 era score, and we just finished environmentalism, so now we're up to nearly 800 tourism per turn, which is a very, very respectable number. 19 turns until our victory. Our hope is that these rock bands will be the difference maker. Lady Six Sky is no longer my number 1 opponent for culture. I have to start going after India now. So I think the big thing would be to change my government now, and plug in satellite broadcasts and plug in online communities. So I'm going to go ahead and quickly switch to democracy, then grab satellite broadcasts and social media. But the Eiffel Tower is huge. Like, look at the tourism on this national park. 30 tourism per turn. What's this? 37 tourism, 32 tourism, 30 tourism. It's just made all of these insanely powerful. Right, neighborhood completed. I'm going to gold purchase shopping malls so that they kick in immediately. And then focus on making as much faith as possible because it might mean I squeeze out an extra rock band or naturalist here. Why am I being denounced? I liberated him. Oh no, this is going to block me from getting open borders. What the hell? That makes no sense. I liberated him. Maybe I shouldn't have liberated him. I mean, liberating him did take away some of my grievances, at least it seems. Oh, but maybe it wasn't enough. Right, Bogota, there we go. Slowly converting these cities. Bogota. Who knows how it's said, to be honest with you. Not me, at least. Right, rock bands on the way to India. Let's go ahead and take promotions. Entertainment complexes are good. National parks, yeah, I'll take entertainment complex. There's probably a few around inside their territory. But I do need to be making rock bands ASAP. No, stop denouncing me. I want to be friends with the world. No, this is going to hurt my tourism victory. I know it. Right, there's democracy. We're going to switch to democracy. So we no longer get a faith discount. And we definitely... We don't need New Deal. We already have huge appeal and amenities and stuff like that. Levy en masse, we probably don't need anymore. I do need the science. Anything that gives me science is pretty damn good, to be honest with you. But the other things I really need to get into my government is heritage tourism. That's another 67 tourism baseline right there. Otherwise, simultaneum for the extra faith could be quite good, unless there's like an extra bit of science somewhere or some bonus that I've maybe missed out on. I think this is fine. Yeah, this seems like a fine government. Maybe the only thing we're missing is something like Visobanken. Oh no, that'll work for me. Let's make sure we're buying traders. We need to trade with Australia. We need to trade with everyone. We need to redo our trade. So you completed a Theatre Square Festival. Do you have a... You don't have a neighbourhood, so we'll get that neighbourhood in here real quick. Good job on the Eiffel Tower. That's 4 tourism per turn, potentially. Maracaibo, I believe you do not have a neighbourhood, so we'll get started on making you one. It doesn't matter where it goes, just has to go. There we go. We converted a holy city. That's another 4 era score. More importantly, we're taking away all the passive pressure of this guy's religion. At least his old religion. So there is a big downside to going on the conquest spree in this kind of a game. Now, you're good at doing entertainment complexes. There is an entertainment complex right there. And we want to take the highest percentage chance success on these rock bands as we possibly can. Goes to 11 is good. We could just use you on the border of these 2 civs. Annoying. Some of these promotions just aren't very good, to be honest with you. Leonid has leveled up. Good job, Leonid. Up to 700 faith per turn, 830 culture per turn. People are stealing from us, from spies and stuff like that, but that's not like a big concern. So yeah, I want to use you on the border, the hinterlands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So you are in range here. 50% chance of failure. We have to accept those odds. Not a bad result, honestly. 400 tourism, 50 albums. The way albums work is that this is just like a multiplier on your generated tourism. So this is just like a percentage modifier. If it says 50 here, that means you get 50% extra tourism. That's essentially, that's all it is. That's all you need to think about. Albums sold equals a percentage modifier on your tourism when you actually use the rock band. So if like the expected value of a rock band is, 250 tourism, when you use them and you have 100 albums, you'll actually get 500. And it kind of depends on the outcome of the roll. It's not entirely simple and straightforward exactly how it works, but that's like the really, really simplified, all you need to know kind of version of how rock bands work. Now, we want to trade with every unique civilization. So I don't know. Let's have a look here at this. Who are we trading with? We're not trading with India. So let's trade with India. That's a 25% tourism boost right off the bat. Somehow I yoinked all of Cardiff's tiles. Maybe it was a culture bomb thing that did it. Let's go to this here. It's 250 tourism, 50% chance of death. No, 200, no, another, okay. That's like actually pretty decent rolls. I'm getting surprisingly good rolls with these guys, even though they have bad promotions. Glam Rock, no. I don't see a whole lot of water parks, so I'll just take Popstar. I'm getting really bad promotions on these rock bands. Usually you want things that give them plus levels, because like the higher level you are, the better chance you have of leveling up, kind of weirdly. But it also has a better chance of having a successful outcome on your missions. Which is really what you want. It's one of the big things you want is good outcomes. I know that sounds almost tautological, but it's super important how important plus levels are. That's why when they nerfed album cover art for World Wonders, giving you only +1 level, it was actually a massive game changer of a nerf. I miss the days when rock bands they used to be stronger. To be fair though, they're still really good. Okay, 16 turns until we win. We might be able to get that down. 30 turns. Maybe not. It's all really just comes down to how well I roll on this. So there's a 26% chance these rockers will fail. They did level up. That's perfect. So leveling up is really important. The next time I use them, they'll generate an extra 150% tourism, and I'll be able to level. And now they operate at a higher level, so they have a lower failure chance built in automatically. So you're a pop star, so it doesn't really matter where I use you, although fully built campuses are like pretty good basic locations. Like a unit lost, but he did get 1,000 tourism, which isn't bad. Another rock band pops out. I don't think this is going to be a sub 200 win, sadly. Well, actually, let me see. What is this? 200 tourists per turn. It's all dependent on how well my rolls on these go. How quickly can I reduce these? Because all of these rock bands that made it to Lady 6 guy, if they just instantaneously die, then it's no good. And we'll be playing quite late into the game. I wonder if I should try to do some theming on my artifacts. Let's have a look here. Theming. Actually, here we go. Themed museum. Easy. We're a little bit light on theming, unfortunately. We are close to some themings, but I would need more archaeological museums and a little bit more digging up of artifacts. So possibly not on the cards for us. I'm being denounced by everyone. This is kind of surprising. Right, there's the space race. We don't have enough to make it worth plugging in satellite broadcasts. 8 per turn is really just not enough to make that worthwhile. Instead, I'll just plug in Levy en masse for an extra little bit of gold. Right, neighborhood completed. You already had a neighborhood. I'm dumb. Well then, just make me a bank and an aquarium. So you did manage to level up. Ooh, water park levels, natural wonder levels. The AI tends not to make these things. Yeah, these are bad. These are bad. There is a water park over here that we could maybe make use of, but it's like a lot of turns to walk. It's a single water park promotion. I'll just take Rhodey so he can move around a little bit faster. We're just not getting the rolls we need. God, really? These are the promotions. I'm just not getting the promotions. I need one for theater squares or for campuses. Both of those are really, really good. I would take either. So what does this guy do? He is a glam rock guy, so I want to find theater squares. I'm not sure I'll find many, actually. Although she has enough culture to be worth having. Let's have a look here. So this is the World Wonder guy. So 37% chance he dies. And he died. God, like, this is my nightmare. This is my nightmare. My rock bands that came over here just instantaneously die. There's no harbours for you to perform at. All right, just go for wonders. Wonders tend to be good bets. All right, we got Petra. That's good because Petra is worth a little bit of tourism per turn. 10 tourism per turn for Petra. That's like on par with a national park, to be honest with you. This is just really, really poor. 1,250 tourism plus extra stuff. That's not bad. Let's have a look. Indie. God, I'm just not getting the promotions, man. I'm just not getting the promotions. Right, so your entertainment complexes. Any more entertainment complexes around? Let's do a little search. Well, there's one over here, so you should go get it. Because statistically, your chances of succeeding are just way higher. Amazing. We leveled up. 1,000 tourism, 150 albums, and a promotion. Beautiful. Wonderful. All right, so important to remember that 1,000 tourism against this one civ is not equivalent to 1,000 tourism here. And the reality is a rock band needs to generate like 7,000 tourism in order to be worth one turn of tourism up here. The big advantage of rock bands is that I can target a specific player. And by targeting India, I can lower their total amount of domestic tourists and put them into my visiting tourist pile. So I'm basically gaining on them twice as fast. And they're my main target. Things like national parks are a bit untargeted. They don't have a specific person who they steal from. They steal from everyone equally, and sometimes you want to target a specific person. Although annoyingly, all my open borders agreements are going to get wrecked now. So you built a neighbourhood. Let's go ahead and purchase the shopping mall for 4 tourism per turn. Also the extra amenities, I suppose. You can't really turn your nose up at those, can you? So I really want to trade with Australia. I will. There we go. So I think I'm starting to get those trade routes up. Lady 6 guy, I'm missing. John Curtin, 25%. I'm trading with Chandragupta. I'm not trading with Germany. I'm not trading with Simon Bolivar. I am. So yeah, just a few more trade routes to get up and I'll be cooking with diesel. So what do? You are campus guy. Please level up. Oh, okay. 750 tourism. I'll take it. You're just a 50-50 YOLO shot on the pyramids. Okay, you died. Whoop-de-doo. You're looking for theatre squares. There's a theatre square. Perfect. So that's the one thing I don't love about rock bands is that they're a little bit RNG. Now, to be fair, you roll enough dice and you kind of get like an EV or whatever, an expected value out of those dice. But the problem is, even across a single game, you could just roll really, really low or really, really high. I've seen both ends of that spectrum. Let's take... God, none of the good promotions are appearing for me. Why can't I perform in here? Oh, it needs to have more buildings. It needs to actually have an arena. You can't just do it in an empty district. Right, let's try the Wonder. Well, what's this theatre square like? The Wonder is a better payoff. Leveled up, unbelievable. A level 3 rock band, 2,500 tourism, and 150 albums sold. This is big. This is big. Let's go ahead and purchase another shopping mall. Purchase another shopping mall. Start building banks up. What do? You are just high movement. Just play in wonders. Oh, the level ups. Okay, India is like where my luck is coming back. Actually, just like really, really. I mean, I don't even care about that one. I've gotten such good luck on my other ones that doesn't even really bother me. Exceptionally lucky, right? 26% chance of failure here. 625 tourism, really good. I remember, the lower your chance of failure, the better your outcomes are. That's how that actually works. Is you actually get better results if your failure rate is lower. I can be really annoying and convert the city though too. Unit lost, but I did convert their city. I should have found their holy city and converted it. Ooh, that would have been a great way to get era score actually. But we converted the city, so you know, it's kind of fun. Right, there's professional sports. We can make ski resorts now. Let me have a look. There's a few places where ski resorts make sense. So let me go through and I'll buy like a builder here. Can't afford another one, sadly. So we'll have to hard build some shopping malls. How close are we to winning? 15 turns. Yeah, we're not really gaining on them, sadly. Right, what do you have? You're just like a solid guy. 37% chance of success. Unit lost. 3,200 tourism though. Not terrible. Promotion available. Surf band. Really? Just not hitting these promotions. Perform a concert. Wow. Religious rock. Jesus. A single theatre square promotion would be like a game changer for me here. I need to find more theatre squares. Do you really only have one theatre square? Where the hell is all your culture coming from then, I wonder? Does she have a religion that gives her culture? Yeah, the Mayan. Look at that. Lay ministry and choral music giving her lots of... Damn. That might be a nail in my coffin here. 37% chance of 1,000 tourism and 3,000 tourism. This is what I'm talking about. When you look at these modifiers, they start to stack up and you start to get good results. What did that say? 15 turns. We'll do a little refresh. Boop, boop. 16 turns. So at least we're gaining slowly. If that number looks stagnant, it actually means you're gaining. I know it doesn't make sense, right? What I've just said logically doesn't make sense, but it makes sense as I understand the game. I'm going to go ahead and buy an art museum because I have a ton of art and I can do this. If I go to my art and I can just break up incomplete collections like so, and then teleport my artists to where it makes sense. I only have 2 great artists. That's fine. Spaceports and campuses. Where's the nearest campus? It's there. Lovely. 37% chance of failure. Unit lost. But you generated a decent amount of tourism. You didn't do too bad. I can be proud of that guy. He did a good job. He served his nation beautifully with his with his rock and roll. Right, promotion available. I swear to Christ, the city of Astrakhan is broken. I'm going to recruit from a different city. It's broken. I can't get what I need. 500 tourism, 26% chance. 2,700, not bad. Let's perform on the Ruhr, 37% chance. Unit lost, not a big deal. How are we looking here? We have stalled him slightly. We have stalled her. And the big thing is India, if we can stall India. More ski resorts, 10 turns. 8 turns until we win. Okay, so it's really just down to the dice roll here. 26% chance, dead. Really bad performance. Yikes. So that's dead in the water, sadly. May as well perform here, 26% chance. 1,600 tourism, not bad. May as well perform here. Unit lost, not the end of the world. So from now on, it's basically just rock bands until the end of the game, I think. All right, let's do a refresh. There's flight. Flight is handy. 12 turns, because we now have seaside resorts. So there's probably some places where I could do seasides. Actually, now that I'm looking. Very little. Yeah, very, very little. Not even worth my time. I will take Mary Catherine Goddard, though. Neighbourhood completed. I'd like to buy that shopping mall. I need a little bit more cash. Hang on. Sell off my luxuries. Buy the shopping mall. Boom. There's social media boosted from Ayutthaya. And with social media being completed, I can come in here and I can change Vissel banking into collective activism for 250 extra culture per turn. And I'll be able to switch Raj in for science as well soon. I should also be thinking about how to get more Susan cheese. All right, this rock band better fare better. I swear to God. I bought him in a different city even just to try and roll better. Let's make sure we're traded with Simon Bolivar. That's 25% extra tourism against him. Extra diplomatic visibility is dead handy. Where's my open art slot? I would like my open art slot to be in the city of Novgorod. So I'll take a piece of work out of Novgorod, like this, and then make a new one. And now maybe we can do a little rearranging. What are you? Portrait, 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 portrait. Oh, shice. I could have themed this museum had I moved things around slightly. Darn, but I can theme this museum at least. I could have had 2 more themed museums. Slight mistake. Do I have room for music? If I could move that music out, I might be able to theme another museum. Well, what are you going to do? Right, the industrial era is ending. We'll take another great writer. I have so many great writers and absolutely no room for them. I have 2 spots in Moscow is all. You head over there and go ahead and get started on that. 26% chance of failure versus 1,000 tourism with 26% chance. Ooh, 6,000 tourism. That's big. That's big. See, what do you promote? Oh, glam rock. Glam rock is huge. Glam rock is huge. 2 levels higher, statistically, just adds so much potential to your rock bands. It's even hard to really describe it, how big that is. Right, we've 7 turns. We've 1 turn to win the game for a sub 200 win. So it looks like we failed a sub 200 win, but it's super fast regardless. This goes to show you the power of Russia in Civ 6. They're just so good. Such a well-designed civ for culture and faith and tourism victory. Album cover art is an acceptable promotion. I will take it. Pop on there. 26% chance of failure, 600 tourism, very nice. Where's the nearest world wonder? Angkor Wat. We'll go ahead and do a promotional tour there. Another 8,000 tourism, 100 albums sold. So this is where this guy can start to pop off and single-handedly win the game. I just needed 1 rock band to roll a little bit higher earlier in the game. If I had a few more of those glam rocks, I might have actually won. But you should start seeing now, Chandragupta is now below Lady 6 guy. And they'll go even lower, right? 210, and they are staying on 210 when that should be growing. So that's kind of like the power of rock bands. We'll go ahead and play here too. Unit lost, but they generated an extra 8,000 tourism, so I'm not crying about it. We definitely would prefer wonder tiles for you. Okay. And I will go ahead and faith by myself another rock band. I know I've like invented like random superstitions, like, ooh, it depends on the turn you recruited a unit and like which city you recruited them from. But can you blame me based on my experience? Right, I'll take an extra 66 of that per turn. Also plug in e-commerce. I mean, based on the experiences I've had, can you blame me? We'll take a National History Museum. That's a 5-turn build. Bank is completed. I suppose we'll go for Holy Side Prayers. More faith can't hurt. Same deal. Buy a shopping mall and more faith in the line. Every time I just finish off a city's buildings, I just go for more faith. I'm trying to squeeze out every little ounce of tourism that I can. Probably at this point it's not necessary because I've already quote-unquote won the game. But, you know, you should always stay optimizing if you're really trying to stay on your game plan. Right, industrial era in 5 turns. Happy days. Go ahead and play here. 37% chance you die. 750 tourism. Not bad. Not great either, though, to be fair. You were getting ready to perform on a theatre square, which is over here. City-state emergency. Yeah, I'll add that proposal, sure. Another neighborhood completed, just work on that shopping mall. It doesn't really matter what my cities do right now. I'm like 2 turns away from winning. I just need like 1 or 2 good high rolls on my guys. The rock bands, that is. Right, special session of the Congress. You're down. Don't care. Just, it's not important to me to consider these when we're so close to a victory. All right, the industrial era ends in 4 turns. We're at 205 out of 219 tourists. You're going to go ahead and make your way over to more wonders. This guy is standing on the tile I want to perform on, so I'll move up to this one and perform here. 800 tourism, not terrible. Not quite the numbers we like to see, but I won't turn my nose up to these numbers. Oh God, Jesus Christ, these are just terrible promotions. God, I got such bad luck, man. I got such bad luck. Can you imagine if I'd gotten better luck on this? I think we could have done a sub 200 win, which is kind of frustrating, to be honest with you, that like, oh, the speed of my win was dictated by the roll of the dice on the guys there. Now, you could also argue that maybe liberating Grand Columbia was a mistake, considering the amount of tourism I lost from people denouncing me. It's an arguable, questionable move, I would say. Where the hell is Halliu? I want Halliu. I want the thing that lets me pick any promotion that I want. I basically control all the city-states in the world right now. I'm only missing like a couple of them. I don't even know if I built... I think I did build kill wins. Yeah, I definitely did, because I've been getting that 15% boost. All right, little rock band. You may as well just play on this and get it out of the way as to whether or not you die. All right, you did die. Good job. At least you got a bit of tourism on your way out. Jesus Christ, he got 9 tourists in 1 turn? That shot up, or am I mental? Yeah, it's shooting up insanely fast, which is not good. We're stagnating. All right, 1,000 tourism, 37% chance. Nice, you did level up. That's perfect. Go to the theatre square, 26% chance of failure, and you leveled up. Amazing, really, really nice. This is exactly what we're looking for. Level ups. It's the most important thing, because if you gamble well on a level up and your units actually level up, you end up with so much more. I do think there's a few mistakes I made here. I didn't set my trade routes up with other civs early enough into the game. I should have really been doing that around the time I unlocked caravels. What the did she do a... Why is her tourism going up so fast? She's getting way too much culture way too quickly. That's not normal. Her culture is shooting up to an insane degree. She just got 20 tourists in a single turn, and she didn't do the moon landing. I can't explain that. I'm sorry. That's absurd. She's making 300 culture per turn. She should be getting 3 per turn at most. I don't know what's happening there. That's wild. Space Rock is decent. I'll take Space Rock. Finally starting to get promotions worth doing. Another Space Rock. That's good. Yeah, I really just, I have no explanation for that. How her tourism is shooting up so quickly. Trade with Sangha. Make some great works. Doesn't matter what they are, just make them. I'm not insane. Is this number not going up like absurdly fast? Like too fast? Whatever. I have to deal with it. There's nothing I can do about it. Until I have Hallyu and I have a bit more control over it. Cultural hegemony, so that's what we're looking for. We're looking for Hallyu, which will allow my rock bands to choose from any possible promotion. Once I have the ability to pick from any possible promotion, I will have a lot more control over the outcomes of my rock bands. 2,500 tourism feels good. So you're a wonder and campus goer, so do this. Nice, 3,000 tourism feels good. And you are glam rock. There's no point sending... I mean, there is kind of, but there's no real point in sending people to her anymore. The Lady 6 guy, it would take too long for them to get here. To there, I'm better off just using them inside my own territory. See, no one I can take Susan to of, so I'll just put a couple points in a couple different places and we'll let things to continue. Once we have computers, our life gets easier, I guess. That's one nice thing that we can look forward to. And we could make an argument for broadcast centers making musicians easier. They're going to block great works of writing. I need to downvote relics, because that's what people are going to vote for. They're going to vote for writing. And hopefully 12 votes against relics is enough. Okay, so yeah, we blocked relics, which we have none of. So that's perfect, because I'm pretty sure almost everyone voted down. Amazingly, Shangri Gupta voted artifacts. Everyone voted up? What are you guys, insane? Why would you vote up in a thing that I'm actively winning? I should have voted up. Okay, well that's new intel. I learned how the AI votes in that World Congress, I guess. Really stupidly is the conclusion that I've come to that. All right, let's do some space rock tourism. My 26% chance, 6,005. That's the kind of rolls we want to see right there. That's a 500% modifier on that guy. With Arena Rock. I think I'm going to save my faith until I have Hallyu. All right, your space rock as well. Boom. What do you got? 5,000 tourism. Feels good. Nice. He's at 340, or 240 rather. All right, 240 plus he goes down to 240. So we're holding him steady, and I think we win next turn. Damn. So close. So close to a sub 200 win. Just a little bit out of my wheelhouse. All right, another space rock concert. Feels good. Yep. This should be the win. Yep. That should do it. That should do it. Either this turn or the next. Plus, now that we have computers making over 1,500 tourism per turn, I don't think we can be stopped. Boom. Easy. Congratulations. Thank you very much.
Is not measured by its accomplishments, but in how those accomplishments last and how they are remembered. The beauty that you have inspired our people to create will ensure that our culture stands for all time.
Well then, I hope this game really shows you why you should respect religious civs, okay? Because normally, when I'm playing a game of Civ, I don't outstrip the AI and buildings constructed and turn around 150, okay? This part of the graph doesn't start until here. But the power of Peter is just how insane he can go. And also, hopefully this also shows how important it can be to go into a mid-game war, to kill another civ, just to boost yourself a little bit. But I mean, just look at this faith gain. This is something only Russia can really do. Like, it's absurd. Maybe Russia and Canada, but man, oh man, oh man, oh man. Look at these wonders constructed. I've never built this many wonders. It's insane how powerful a strong tourism game can be when you go for it. Although I did kill units. Like, I don't even know what I was killing. Oh yeah, that was Grand Columbia. This is like, the second I got rid of Grand Columbia, all of these unit killing problems stopped. This is just me killing Grand Columbian units and barbarians for like the entire game, dude. How annoying were they? But you know, because I went for a hyper-focused culture and tourism game, my science did suffer until the late game, until I killed Grand Columbia, really, and then I jumped back up and caught up with the AI. But my total culture should be insane. Yeah, like look at that. Look at that. Nobody even matches me slightly. Yeah, so that was it for Russia. Really, really enjoyed this game. Hope you guys enjoyed it as well. Supremely fun. Absolute great crack to play Russia. Haven't played Russia in a while. Like, haven't played a proper game of Russia in a while. It's honestly just one of those civs that takes every single mechanic in civ and plays it to its highest power level, which is really faith. They take faith to its highest possible power level with the adjacency. I mean, look at these adjacencies and stuff. I mean, this is just a gross civ when it really comes down to brass tacks. But that's going to be it for me. I love you all very much, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.